Hello, time travelers, and welcome, new time travelers. As always, if you enjoy learning about different historical events from around the world, then don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. Without further ado, let's get into it. Today we're going to start out in 1041 when Michael V. Kalopates ascended to the throne of the Byzantine Empire following the death of Michael IV. In 1508, Pope Julius II, the Holy Roman Emperor Maximilian I, Louis XII of France, and Ferdinand II of Aragon formed the Legion of Cambrai. In 1815, English mathematician Ada Lovelace, who was called the first computer programmer, was born. In 1851, American librarian Melville Dewey, who devised the Dewey Decimal Classification for library cataloging and was largely responsible for the development of library science in the United States, was born. Sorry about that. I temporarily went back to high school when I was in the library club. Anyway, in 1884, American author Mark Twain's classic novel, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, was first published, appearing in the United Kingdom and Canada. It was released in the United States the following year. In 1898, representatives of Spain and the United States signed the Treaty of Paris, concluding the Spanish-American War. On this day in 1901, the first Nobel Prizes were distributed, marking the 5th anniversary of the death of Swedish industrialist Alfred Nobel, the inventor of dynamite, who founded and endowed the awards through his will. 8 years later, in 1909, Swedish author Selma Lagerlöf became the first woman to receive the Nobel Prize for Literature, cited for the lofty idealism, vivid imagination, and spiritual perception that characterized her writings. 1948 is when the General Assembly of the United Nations adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. In 1955, Charles J. Loren Jr. received a recess appointment as Administrator of the U.S. Civil Aeronautics Administration, succeeding Frederick B. Lee. In 1962, the British historical film Lawrence of Arabia, which was directed by David Lean and starred Peter O'Toole as T.E. Lawrence, had its world premiere. It became one of the most celebrated epics of the history of cinema. 5 years later, in 1967, American singer-songwriter Otis Redding, who was one of the great soul stylists of the 1960s, died in an airplane crash. In 1982, a treaty codifying the law of sea was signed by 117 countries. 4 years before the turn of the century, in 1996, South African President Nelson Mandela signed a new constitution that completed a transition from a long period of white minority rule to full-fledged democracy. 5 years after the turn of the century, in 2005, American comedian and actor Richard Pryor, who revolutionized comedy with his frank and controversial style, died at the age of 65. The following year, in 2006, Chilean General Augusto Pinochet, whose dictatorial reign from 1974 to 1990 in Chile was marked by the murder and torture of political opponents, died while facing charges of human rights abuses. And our final event happened in 2007 when Argentinian politician Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner was sworn into office as Argentina's first female elected president. She succeeded her husband, Nestor Kirchner. And with that, we will return to 2024 and our current history. And as always, if you enjoy learning about different historical events from around the world, then don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. I'll see you in the next one.